Metadata and notes. Metadata and notes. What about metadata? Metadata is a set of standardized information about a file, such as author name and resolution and color space and copyright and keywords applied to it. For example, most digital cameras attach some basic information to an image file, such as a height, width, and width, file format, and time the image was taken, and you can use metadata to streamline your workflow and organize your files. And about the XMP standard. XMP standard metadata information is stored using the extensible metadata platform XMP standard, on which Adobe Bridge and Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign and Adobe Photoshop are built. Adjustments made to images with Photoshop cameras raw are stored as XMP metadata, and XMP is built on XML, and in most cases the metadata is stored in the file. And if it isn't possible to store the information in the file, metadata is stored in a separate file called as a site care file XMP, and facilities the exchange of metadata between Adobe applications and across publishing workflows. For example, you can save metadata from one file as a template and then import the metadata into other files. So metadata that is stored in other formats, by the way, such as EXIF and IBTC and IIM and GBS and TIFF, is synchronized and described with XMP so that it can be more easily viewed and managed. And other applications, by the way, and features also use XMP to communicate and store information, such as version comments, and which you can search using Adobe Bridge. In most cases, by the way, the metadata remains with the file even when the file format changes. For example, from BSD to GBG, from BSD to GPG. Metadata also remains when files are placed in an Adobe document or project. If you are a C++, or Java developer, use the XMP Toolkit SDK to customize the processing and exchange of metadata. And if you are an Adobe Flash or Flex developer, use the XMP File Info SDK to customize the File Info dialog box. For more information, visit the Adobe website. And so work with metadata is in Adobe Bridge and Adobe Creative Suite components. Many of the powerful Adobe Bridge, by the way, features that allows you to organize and search and keep track of your files and versions depends on XMP metadata in your files. And Adobe Bridge provides two ways of working with metadata, and through the metadata panel and through the file info dialog box. And in some cases, multiple views exist for the same metadata property. For example, a property may be labeled author in one view and creator in another, but both refer to the same underlying property, even if you customize these views for specific workflows, and they remain standardized through XMP. Notes, and be careful. You can attach notes to an image in Photoshop. This is useful for associating review, comments, and the production notes or other information with the image. And the notes appear as small non-printable icons on the image, and they are associated with a location on the image rather than with a layer. And you can hide or show notes or open notes to view or edit their contents, by the way. And how to add notes. How to add notes in metadata. You can add notes anywhere on your Photoshop image canvas. When you create a note, an icon appears on the image, and we have steps. Step number 1. You should select the note tool in the toolbar. If the tool isn't visible, hold down the eyedropper. Step number 2. In the options bar, enter or specify the following as needed. Author specifies the note author name and color. Select the color for the note icon, then clicking the color box opens the Adobe color picker so you can select a color. Step number 3. Click where you want to place the note. Step number 4. The cursor will automatically be active. And show or hide notes. How to show or hide notes? To show or hide notes, do one of the following. You should to choose view, then select show, then notes. And how to choose and then choose view, then extras. This command, by the way, also shows or hides grids and guides selection, edges, target passes, and slices. And how to open and edit notes. How to open and edit notes using the note tool. Using the note tool, double click the note icon in the image and the text editing area appears in the note panel, by the way. Then choose window, then choose notes to display the notes panel and click the back and forward arrows to toggle through all notes in the active image. How to import notes from a flattened PDF version of a multi-layer image. When you open a PDF file, Photoshop automatically imports any notes it contains, and you may want to import notes separately. However, if they were added to a flattened PDF version of a multi-layer image, this approach lets reviewers who lack Photoshop provide comments and while letting you view comments in the context of the multi-layer design. And we have steps. Step number 1. You should to choose file, then import notes. Then step number 2. Select a PDF or FDF. Select any of those. PDF or FDF file that contains notes, and then click load. The annotations appear in the locations where they were saved in the source document, by the way. And how to delete. How to delete notes. If you'd like to delete any notes, how to delete? Select the note tool, then do either of the following. To delete an individual note, click it in the image, and then click the delete note icon in the notes panel. Then, to delete all notes, click clear all in the option bar to delete all notes. That's the easy way, by the way. That's really easy to delete.